Hey, what to do? I'm Wood Dude, and in this video I'm going to make a wooden coffee table that can double as a bed for your little cute pupper or your Satan spawned demon cat. I borrowed the design from an American woodworking company called Wormwood. In the video featuring the coffee table, it was only made with using one kind of wood, and I thought that was kind of a little boring. So I decided to borrow another idea from Wormwood. You see, they built this really cool gaming table with all of these colors using different kinds of wood, so I took that idea and combined it with the dog coffee table and came up with this. It looks cool, fairly challenging, and I'm curious if a novice woodworker like me can build it. So let's find out. We're going to kick things off by starting with the legs, and they call for solid pieces of walnut that are 2 inches by 2 inches. And they have this interesting detail carved into one of the edges that reveals some padauk and thin strip of maple. But to afford that much walnut, I'd probably have to get a second mortgage on my house. So I opted to make the body of the leg out of some cheaper but still high quality Douglas fir and some thin veneer of walnut maple to cover all the sides. I can glue the pieces of Douglas fir together to make the body of the leg using this 2-inch glue roller that is definitely bigger than average and perfect for the job. Anything bigger is unnecessary, and honestly I heard it can hurt. Wait, what was I saying? Anyway, I can glue the pieces of Douglas fir together. Now with the legs done, we can focus on building the base of the coffee table. We'll start by combining 2 legs with 2 short sides of the base first, which was easy enough using a couple of clamps. And after adding some pieces of plywood as ledges, we can now glue up the rest of the base. We need to combine the 2 short sides with the extremely long pieces of the base. I think they were about 4 feet long, which hey, is not long for some of the woodworkers out there, but it's not a competition. And because my clamps weren't long enough, the best way I could think to do this was using ratchet straps and pocket screws. Don't judge me. Admittedly, it was a bit sketchy, but it worked, which can be said about all my woodworking projects. And after adding some plywood stretchers, I could focus on the top and bottom panels made with some 1/2-inch plywood that I painted with a few coats of black latex paint. The panels slide effortlessly into the base, which you can easily see because this shot is oh so crystal clear. Goddamn autofocus. It's now time to handle the drawers. The built-in drawer frame nestles into the right side of the coffee table and features 2 push-to-open drawers. Nothing too complex here. The drawer frame and drawer boxes are made using some 1/2-inch maple plywood. Now for the drawer fronts, we are going to do something similar to the legs. Using a solid core of padauk, I added some maple and walnut veneer using my vacuum bag. And after pumping more than my first day of puberty, the drawer fronts were nearly ready. Finally, for the last piece of this coffee table, the top. The top is made from a core of MDF with some solid padauk glued all around the edge. And after spending another $140 more on veneer, sweet mother of God, we brush on a single coat of shellac, lightly hand sand it to 320 grit, and apply the sheets of veneer on both sides. But there was a slight problem. There was a noticeable gap in between the walnut and the maple veneers. So I did what any sensible woodworker would do in a time like this. I made it worse by routing a bigger gap in between the veneers. Stick with me, 5-head move, I know. I did this so I could add a strip of thin padauk inside the channel, and after a little hand planing using the forbidden crouching tiger technique, the gaps in veneer were virtually gone. Then I could finish the top off with the deep chamfer all around the edge, and holy shit, that made a mess. I could buff on some finish on this bad boy, and it's done. Oh, god damn! She's looking nice. I absolutely love how the legs and the drawers came out with a mix of walnut, padauk, and maple. The dog bed on the bottom is a perfect size for any medium-sized dog. And not only that, check this out. Holy secret compartment, Batman. Bet you didn't see that coming. Unless you watched the wormwood video, then you absolutely saw it coming. I added some hinges to the top, which made for a great area for storage. I will say that it's kind of a pain to open and close. Sometimes it gets kinked and twisted to one side, but looks kind of cool. However, it's not all perfect. There is one problem with the coffee table that I built. A problem that I can't believe I didn't see till now. It's too tall. It was supposed to be 18 inches tall, but somehow it came out to be 26 inches tall. And, you know, math is hard all the time, but I had a fix. Just lift up the couch, easy peasy. I'm extremely happy with how it turned out, but there are some other areas for improvement. Like a few areas the brad nails blew out the other side completely because the nails I had in the gun were too long, and some corners where the glue squeeze out stains are kind of visible because I didn't sand well enough. But other than that, oh man, she's built for tough and extremely rock solid. I give it a B. Now it's time for the true test. Is it ready for a little doggo? Does anyone know where I can find one?